Okay, Virgo, this is your November 2019. I'm going to put the phone down for a second, but I am going to still do your video. Okay, so, Virgo, what I have for you is don't be afraid to face your reflection, your own reflection for the month of November, okay? This is your November reading, so you're going to hear all different types of messages. You're going to get direction. You're going to get some clarity. You're going to get some information. So the first thing Spirit was saying for Virgos is don't be afraid to face your reflection. So this is pretty much where the healing is going to begin for Virgos. Look closely, not so much at your physical appearance, but much more deep down to the rooted feelings within, where that pain and the heartache, disappointment, loss of focus, loss of encouragement, loss of hope, where your dreams have fallen, where your expectations have not been met, where you have expressed in your past as growing up as a child that you never truly understood how certain behaviors that you've adopted and expressed, how certain feelings, or some of you may have gone through feeling as if you didn't belong, didn't fit in, maybe the black sheep of the family. For some of you, you might have just felt like the average child, like the same as everyone else. But here at the same thing, it feels like some of you had a lot of disappointment, maybe even struggled with abandonment issues, which is why now you're still continuing, even in now, the month of November, and throughout your adult life here, you have been settling and accepting these different relationships that are some toxic, some not really good for you. But at the same time, you've experienced these different things that you've allowed in your life or to stay in your life that you know are not good for you. So in the month of November, what I'm getting to is you're going to finally decide that you are not going to any longer allow somebody who has not got your best interest at heart, okay, to, I'm trying to see you here, to take over or to allow you to continue to keep these people or allow these people to hurt you. You know, Virgos, you guys are really strong and very adamant about things. You follow things through usually, all the way to the end. But a lot of you deal with people who don't follow through, who are not trying to put their best side forward, so to speak, or not trying to put you in the front of the line. For some of you, it's kind of like fearing the holidays that are coming as well. A fear that you're going to be sitting by that Christmas tree by yourself. A fear that you're going to spend nights alone sitting on the sofa, watching Hallmark or Lifetime, feeling sad and wishing you had that type of life. Some of you have spent a lot of time wondering, Virgos, how to get something finally started, how to get your love life on a roll, so to speak, to get it on its way so that you can get your desires met, so you can fill your heart with the joy. Some of you, are looking forward to anniversaries, weddings, parties, gatherings, socials. A lot of you out there are definitely independent and very strong on your own, but it doesn't mean that you don't want a partner. It just means you've learned how to survive on your own. Some of you are actually creating your own blocks, not letting people in. But this is going to get resolved. This is going to be relieved or alleviated so that you can, in fact, allow the good things to come forward. It does feel like, in a certain way, you've placed some type of guilt upon yourself, Or you took that guilt upon yourself to say, maybe as a kid I did this or that, maybe that's why. Or maybe, with the friends I had growing up and they weren't all that great, maybe that's why. But it definitely feels like you weren't sure of what to make of certain things that may have happened in your childhood. Some of you may be physically abused. Some of you may have been emotionally abused. Some of you may not have been abused at all. But the point is, there's definitely going to be opportunity here for things to get better. There's definitely going to be a way for you to interact with one another, for you to be able to grow together, and for you and your partner to be able to listen in together from each other to see what things needed to be said. Because there's something of a peacemaking coming your way for the month of November. It also feels like the opportunity is going to be here, which is going to give you a fulfillment in one way, shape, or form. So what I say with that is, sorry about my hair, I've been outside. Anyway, what I say with that here is, there's a quietness coming around you. There's also a knowing. When I say a knowing, that means Spirit is going to come and enter to you, with you, in front of you, for you to be able to know what exactly is going on, for you to be able to experience the blessings in this relationship which is to come. For some of you, you've definitely had to deal with that tower moment that went on. Okay, a lot of you had to deal with somebody who was very stubborn, sitting very, adamantly on their throne, making these innuendos, making these decisions, okay? But a lot of you also got messages from someone. A message came in to tell you about the relationship that you were in. In the very beginning of that relationship, I am going to say, Virgos, that you had multiple blessings and abundance. And you thought that the love was all there that you definitely had needed. But then you were taken back in a certain way. Or maybe your partner pulled some kind of tricks on you, like the magician would. For a while, even though there was distance between you, it seems that you took the time to think about things, to look things over, to look things in a more deeper way, to look a little deeper, dig it a little deeper for the information you wanted. You did find out, in fact, that there were some secrets being hidden. After all that was said and done, after you went through the breakup, after you went through not talking and all that, no communication, there was definitely an ending that came. But there was also a beginning that started. The beginning started and your partner let down or let go of other options that they had. They finally sat very adamantly making a decision that they wanted to be with you, and they walked away from something else. This was definitely a celebration, so to speak. But for some of you, even though that situation finally passed by or passed over, a lot of you kind of got scared. It feels like a lot of you were dealing with somebody that was sneaky, that may have been cheating, may have definitely been telling you some lies. But that person either did come back or is coming back in November, because that person is going to want to make that offer to you. That person is holding you high standards, holding you up high. But they're also making a tough decision right now. So that may be where the delay comes in. So they are hanging around. There may be minimal conversation that starts at first, but there will be a new beginning and a fresh start. However, you are still sitting very strong, trying to make a decision, not sure whether or not you can trust them again, whether or not you want to give them one more try. So Virgos, be aware that something's coming in quite quickly. You know, this is my card when I say news is coming fast. News is coming fast about someone or from someone who has left you out in the cold, so only you know who that is. When they left you out in the cold, again, they had secrets, things they still kept from you, okay? But you're still now trying to weigh it out. You're trying to differentiate between the good and the bad, okay? You're trying to make a decision with that. You are still protecting yourself and your heart because of the past, because you knew they had options and they couldn't make a choice. They tried so hard. They kept looking and looking it over, trying to make a choice. Now, it feels like that choice that they're going to make, that decision that's coming to make an offer to you is right around the corner. It is literally right there. I do feel there's going to be some opportunities for you in the month of November that is going to fulfill your heart, your needs, your soul, your spirit. So be patient. But I can tell you, November for Virgo is going to be challenging. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. But there are a few hurdles or speed bumps for you to cross over. So don't get too confident. Please don't get cocky. Just accept things that come to you. Don't try to change anyone. If you can accept them the way they are, then they are for you. If you feel there's a need to change someone, then it is time to walk away. Because you yourself don't want to be changed by someone else. Okay? If you make a choice to change yourself, that's fine. But you cannot allow someone else to make changes for you, because that will never work. Alright? Like I said, there is definitely opportunity for new beginnings, fresh starts. Okay, when I say fresh starts, okay, everybody says that, right? So what I mean is, you're going to be able to put aside all the things that were bothering you, all the things in the relationship that created the mistrust. You're going to be able to finally communicate with one another on an adult kind of basis, not that childish behavior that they were doing before. So I do feel like you're going to be able to resume to a plentiful, a happy, a sound, solid, firm foundation to build this relationship on. So if you just be patient, Virgo, things are coming your way. But you have to remember, you must handle things a little bit differently than you did before. Whether that's their behaviors, their actions, but just remember, when it comes time to change, you are not the one that can change them, and they are not the one who can change you. So, with that being said, this is November 2019. I can't wait to see the mid-month. Okay.